What's going on, good people? I'm back with another video. So all right, good people, I'm redoing my setup. Well, I'm kind of beefing up my setup, refining my setup. So I end up choosing a wider board. I have a second charge controller that should be on the way any moment, or it might come tomorrow. I don't know, but I can't wait. I gotta start just going and get this build started. It'll be here today or tomorrow. But you won't notice throughout this video, cause But yeah, so I got my power inverter, which I'm gonna have, facing this orientation. And I got my charge controller, and I'm gonna have a second of the same charge controller next to it. All right, so I went with these for my charge controllers. I know these get a bad rap, but man, these are so versatile and easy. These is like an easy button for me, so I went on and went with these guys here. I have these disconnects for my solar, so I got two of these. So I'm going to use these to disconnect my solar panels. So I have two solar panels, two 450 watt solar panels. I'm waiting on these to come any moment. I have, what size are these? These the 3/0 gauge, 3/8, 3/0. I have 5/16s coming any moment. Could be tomorrow. I also got ferrules. I'm going to use ferrules this time for this. I got my ferrule kit. I got the copper ones. I probably should have got the tin copper ones, but I just went on and got the copper ones. It is what it is. Got new bus bars. New bus bars. These are 400 amp. I had 300 amp, which might be even good enough. But I got these. They're thick. Look how thick they are. They're nice. Look like some jewelry. I can wear it. Wear it like a wear it like a ring. Bus bar ring. But yeah, I got new bus bars. And I already had these. I think these are 6-gauge lugs. Of course, these ain't 6-gauge lugs. These are 1/0 lugs. I don't need those this time. Here's my battery shunt, which I already had. It has a monitor screen that came with it. So, and I also I went with this. It was kind of hard deciding which breaker I was going to use. I have a 250 amp breaker, which I'm going to use between the battery and the inverter. It's beefy. This is the one that's beefed up. Now, all the ones I seen online, like this style, which I really didn't want to go with this style because it's like everybody talks. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people talk bad on this style of breaker, man. It's so versatile though, and so like an easy button for my setup, man. I also have this one too, which I'm thinking about sending back because it's big for one. It's not as versatile, and I'm not gonna be running no major wattage or nothing like that. I know this one's supposed to be safer, but this one is just more versatile and more of an easy button for my setup. So we'll see. But yeah, man, I'm waiting on a couple more things. I'm waiting on my second charge controller. I'm waiting on my wire. I got some 3/0 gauge white cables supposed to come today. It's probably gonna come tomorrow. But I can't let that stop me, y'all. Like I say, throughout this video, y'all ain't gonna realize because I'm gonna cut everything in. I'm gonna have everything by the end of this video. But yeah, this is my setup. I'm about to redo it. If y'all don't remember how my old setup looked, let me show you how it looked right quick. Let's get into it, guys. Good people, look what just showed up. My 5/16 3/0 gauge lugs. They just showed up while I'm shooting the video. Like I say, we're waiting on the wire. Waiting on my second charge controller, but you'll see it in a second. Let's get this bad boy set up. Let's get this system set up, y'all. I'm still a student in this, so any pointers, any mistakes, any things I should do better, because I'm like, all of this stuff is not permanent. Like I will change stuff out, as needed. But yeah, let's get into this setup though, guys. All right, good people. So this, like I say, this is the orientation I'm going with. And my second charge controller, which would be right here, will be here soon. Now I'm gonna drop those down a little bit because I have to put disconnects on there. I don't know if I don't know if I should put these above the charge controller or have them like mounted below them, but we'll know soon. We're gonna get this one screwed in. I got some screws. We're gonna get this one mounted down, so let's do that now. All right, good people, I think this is the layout I'm gonna go with. So, all right, good people, so now let's get this mount on the breaker. So I guess, like I say, I'm fairly new to doing this solar stuff. I done watched a million videos, though, I can tell you that. I know all the players. So you tighten this down. Don't tighten it too tight because it's plastic. You don't want to break it, but you just want to get it tightened down enough for it to be snug. See how that look? I don't like that, but it is what it is. I probably could tighten it down just a tad bit more. Alright. Alright, that's gonna have to do it, bro. Alright, where's the other one? We gotta do it again on the bottom right here, y'all. Alright, y'all, that's it. Alright. We got the mounts on the disconnect, as you can see. So let's get this mounted up. All right, good people, so this is where we're gonna mount this on both sides. All right, take your time. Probably have to come back later with some washers or something. All right, that's plastic, so we're not gonna go too tight. Just tight enough to, you know, so we won't have too much play. That ain't too bad. That ain't bad. I ain't in love with it, but that ain't bad. I'm connected here to the solar panels, baby. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one on this side. And we're gonna have two charge controllers powering our batteries, baby. But I'll be right back. All right, good people. So as you can see, I put these right here, the cable clamps. I know they got the insulated kind. I should have got those. I didn't know which ones to really get, so I bought these, but I can swap those out at any time. But I put those here to hold these down. I'm gonna put two more here to keep these stable. That looks good to me. Like I ain't, you know, I'm cool with having the MC4s there running this wire. I'm only gonna have one 450 watt panel going through here, so wires would be great for it. So I didn't predict this right here though. This little cross right here, which I didn't really want, but I'm cool with that. That doesn't look bad. It actually looks like gives it a little pizzazz. So yeah, that looks good though, man. I'm gonna have the charge controller down this low from the top because I'm gonna put something here. I could put a big power strip going across the top. I could put some lights or light in the middle, then a power strip on that end or something like that. Because I can wire one in from here, from the inverter too. So who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna have them down like that. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. So I haven't mounted this charge controller yet. I'm gonna put ferrules. I'm gonna put ferrules on the ends of these before I screw them in here. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Let me get that set up. All right, good people, this is gonna be kind of a pain, as you can see. So I marked my where I want to put my screws at. But you see, this doesn't come off, so I gotta just mark them, move this out the way, and get them started. Then we'll slide them in place. I did them on this side too, so everything's marked. I'm gonna get my screws and get the screwing them in. Be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. So I ordered this. Just used it for the first time to slice this cable. It was effortless, y'all. I wasn't sure about this. I don't know how it's gonna handle them bigger cables. I got some bigger cables. I got some 3/0 gauge cables coming. But this was effortless. This worked really good. All right, y'all. So we got some ferrules. Ferrule. Let me see what this is. Let me make sure get this size right. Yeah, so let's put this ferrule on here. Let me get my ferrule crimper. I'm new to this stuff, y'all. I'm new to this stuff. I got this ferrule crimper. I actually practiced with it already, and it worked great for my first time. Hopefully this comes out right, so I won't have to cut more of this wire off. That would suck. Ooh. Let's do this, man. Practice make perfect, man. Put that in there. Let's see. Make sure that stays. All right, y'all, we crimped. We're crimped. Look at that. I know you want to like tug at it and make sure it, see, that's loose, y'all. You don't want that. You don't want that to be loose like that. So I think you're supposed to hit it again, maybe. Spin it around and hit it again, I think. I hope I'm doing this right, y'all. Let's see. That's tight, man. Do I need to hit it again? I might. Let me spin it. Let me hit it one more time, y'all, just to be sure. I seen one dude say you might have to hit it a few times. Spin it around, hit it a few times. Let me know if I'm doing this right, y'all. That's tight. That's tight, bro. It's tight. Look at it. Let's know if you can see it. Let me zoom in for you. Plus, yeah, that's on there. And plus, once I screw it down, it'll squish it even more. So if I'm doing it wrong, y'all, let me know though, so I can change this. But I'm gonna cut this excess wire off here, and then I'm gonna get it put in. Be right back. All right, y'all, let's do this again with the red wire. So I marked it. Let's see. Let me see if I can get it on there where I want it. All right, I marked it. I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit of pressure, spin it around like that. Man, this is great. The first time I did it, man, I used that razor blade, man. This is kind of effortless. I've seen some reviews say it breaks, though. I hope it don't break on me, and that's just simple. Just comes right off like that. There it is, y'all. I'm gonna put another ferrule on here. Not bad for my first ferrule crimp. But yeah, let's put this ferrule on. Should we do that right? Make sure you can see. Let me know if that's the right one. I don't know if y'all can see that, man. This camera be acting crazy, man. Let me get my crimper. Open that up. Make sure it's all the way to the edge. Just grab it. All right, first crimp. It's probably loose. It is loose. So let's adjust. Make sure I got it in the camera for y'all. Let's adjust. Make adjustments with it. We're gonna hit it again, y'all. This is my first time, y'all. Don't criticize me too much. Make sure I got that lined up. Then I'm trying to do it on camera. It's tough. That's tight there, y'all. That is tight. That's on there. Yep, look. My first time doing ferrule crimps. That's neat, man. Yeah, that's perfect, man. It cleans that wire up real nice. Now let's get these in here and get them tightened down. All right, y'all. Now we're ready to put the negative cable into the charge controller. We just put ferrules on. I'm gonna tighten this down and get it nice and snug. Don't strip it though, y'all. What you want to do, get it snug, just snug enough, just snug enough. Give it a little tug. That's locked in. That's locked in, y'all. That's locked in. Let's do the same thing with the positive. Let's put that in. That don't look bad at all, y'all. That looks pretty good. Let's screw that down. I just wish I had the tubing to go with it, but I'll get it. I'll get it, but it goes in far enough to where you don't see no exposed wire, so that's cool. And that's locked in. Those are locked in. I was gonna put some of these nylon clamps here, but I am not. It's not like this thing's not going anywhere, so I'm probably not gonna even bother with it because I don't want these to just say these were to slip out, and they seem pretty cool. I may. If y'all feel like I should, then I will. But yeah, y'all, we got this first charge controller. I gotta do all this tomorrow. I mean, when my other charge controller comes too. So yeah, I'm gonna have two of them. It's gonna be fun. This part right here, the stripping the wires and stuff like that isn't fun at all. Especially putting the ferrules. It's not hard though. But yeah, y'all. All right, good people. So I got these breakers. Got these 70 amp breakers for the charge controller. It's a 60 amp charge controller. But I'm gonna put these breakers. It's got 6 gauge cable running to the breaker, running to the positive and negative bus bars. So we're gonna get that done. We're gonna put some ferrules on the ends of this one, and we got some lugs right here. We got these lugs we're gonna put on for these bus bars. We're gonna put on the wires. So let's get that done, y'all. We'll be right back. All right, good people. So I just made this cable, 6 gauge lug, 5/16. I crimped this side with the ferrule crimper. So we're gonna put this in the negative battery output to the battery port. And we're gonna put this side on this negative bus bar. So this is real easy. Let's get that on there like that. Get that on there like that. I'm not gonna tie it down just yet because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the positive too, so I'm not gonna tie it down just yet, but that's how it looks so far. What's going on, good people? So my wires came. I went with the 3/0 gauge cables. I'm gonna hook this into the inverter. Put this into the inverter, both of these, and then I'm gonna hook them to the positive and negative bus bars. But I gotta put this on there too, so I'm gonna hammer crimp this on, like I did this one. Some fat cables too, but I did a nice hammer crimp on this one. Got it looking clean. I'm gonna put this on my inverter. Get this hammer crimped on and hook the other end to this bus bar right here. So let's get that done. Be right back. All right, that's how we're gonna get this lug on. We're gonna have it running into the bus bar just like that. And we're gonna do that with the negative, boom, to right here. So let's get her done. All right, good people, so here's our cable that we had to hammer crimp. We used the hammer crimper. Then we used the heat shrink this on there. So this is gonna go here. This is gonna go here. We gotta have this. All right, let's see if we can get this on here. That tight, snug fit. Where's my nut? All right, y'all, let's get this on here. This is tight. Get your butt on there, brother. Get on there, brother. Let me tighten that down. Not too tight. All right, that's on there. It's one down, baby. One down. But yeah, that's it, guys. So we got this 3/0 gauge cable coming from the inverter to the bus bar. Then we're gonna hook the breaker up for the battery and the battery shunt. So now we're gonna do the negative cable. So we're gonna bring the negative cable and we're gonna bring it to the negative terminal. So let's do that. All right, good people. So we got our wire crimped, hammer crimped. Let's get it on. Let's get it on here. So put that right there. This cable is very flexible, and I'm sure happy about that, because I didn't really buy, wasn't looking to buy flexible cable. This cable is pretty flexible, so it works out great. We connected, baby. We have the inverter connected, and that looks great. That looks better than I thought it would, than I imagined it would. But yeah, we got our cables on. We got our inverter hooked up, 3/0 gauge. We're locked in. Let's move to the next step, baby. We're gonna hook these breakers up. I'm gonna hook my battery shunt to the bus bar. So let's get that done. We gotta make cables for those too. All right, good people, I got the battery breaker mounted. I didn't want it like this, but didn't have too many ways to put it, man. So it is what it is. Now I'm gonna wire up the shunt. This is a like I say, 3/0 3/8. This is the 5/16 3/0 cable. Now we're gonna hook the battery shunt, which I have right here. Gotta figure out how we're gonna wire this up. So let's do that and we'll get right back. All right, good people. So we just hooked our battery shunt up. So we got that ran to the bus bar. Like I said, we got the breaker hooked up. Now it's time to hook these batteries up. But still waiting on charge controller. It'll be here though. I'll be hooking that up in just a second. Just you wait. But yeah, man, I didn't want to go with this loop-de-loop. Here we go, loop-de-loop. Here we go, loop-de-la. I didn't want to go with that, but I had to. Kind of had to with how I got it set up, man. I should have really I should have waited for everything to come and then, you know, laid everything out. But I ain't mad, though. It'll look all right in the end. It'll work out. But yeah, let's get these batteries hooked up. All right, good people. So my charge controller, my second charge controller finally came. If you don't know, I started this, last Friday? It's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday now. So, and it just came. And I had to order a couple more lugs for these breakers too. Thought I had this size, but I didn't. So I had to order these, and everything came today. So everything's gonna be done today. Got this charge controller mounted up. Got this breaker screwed in, and so we're gonna wire this up. So I put ferrules on the end of these. I'm gonna put this in there. I'm gonna make the black one. Wire it in there. Gonna wire the batteries. Gonna wire the panel. Then I'm gonna wire the batteries to the breakers from both. Yeah, let's get this stuff wired up. We'll be back. All right, y'all. We got ferrules on both, so let's get the wiring in. I'm gonna put the black in right here. We're gonna put the red in, baby. The positive. Put that in right there. All right, make sure those in. Make sure those in good. Let's tighten those down. Let's screw these down, y'all. Thank you for being done. Let's tighten these down. All right, that's in there good. All right, both of those in there, y'all. Give it a little tug. It ain't moving, bro. All right, y'all. So we got all our wires made to wire up this charge controller. So let's get this done, baby. So we're gonna put this here, put this here. This is all we gotta do, y'all. Hook the batteries up. That's it. We're done with this, man. Let me get up here and screw this, tighten this up. That's snug. Snug, snug. All right. All right, all right. One of them. Let's see. Do this one. Not too tight. Yeah. All right, we got one breaker mounted. Let's put these on. All right, let's check these wires one more time. Everything's snug. All right, y'all, we got one charge controller wired up. Got the breakers. Everything wired up. Let's do the next one. That's snug, baby. Let's put this one on. When I first started trying to learn how to do this, man, it was so I wouldn't say intimidating, but it was just like overwhelming. It's a lot. It's like the more you go, it's like all of a sudden I just start understanding stuff. Like I don't know, like you hear some stuff and it's confusing at first. Then you come back and hear it again, then you understand some, you know. So, but yeah, let's get these on. All right, y'all. One more wire, we're done. Where's my ratchet? This one a little too long, but you know what? I can live with it. It's slightly too long, but I can live with that. And that's it, y'all. Just gotta hook the batteries up. We gotta mod these for this for these because it's not gonna fit on with these big lugs on here. So I'm gonna have to do some scraping on that. But that's it, guys. We are done. So we got 2 charge controllers, added 2 disconnects, same inverter. I'm gonna upgrade the inverter at some point. Make sure everything's lined up. Positive, negative batteries, positive, negative solar, positive, negative batteries, positive running through the breaker to the positive bus bar. Same here. Inverter, positive, negative. All right, battery, the shunt. We good, y'all. Now it's time to hook these batteries up. This is my system, y'all. I'm running my office, running my computer, my TVs, my lights, a few lights. You know, and really is mostly for my nerd. It's mostly for my nerd kick. You know what I'm saying? I just like doing little stuff like this, but this is the setup, guys. I started this setup last Friday. Today is Thursday. I finished last night though, but today is Thursday. Still had to wait for a few parts to come in. But this how it look, y'all. I got the watt cycle batteries, the 280 amp minis, 2 of those. I got the Zoe Power, Zope W solar panels. which we can go look at if you want, you know. All right, good people. So got a little sun hitting the panels. Still got some shading. I don't know, the sun seemed done switched up the pattern on me. Because usually around this time in this area we'll be getting full sun. But you see I got two Zope W450 watt solar panels. When I first got them, I had them in parallel. But now I got them on their own separate charge controller. So let's see exactly how many watts we're bringing in right now. You can say this is my second setup, but this is really like a refresh, a firmware upgrade of my original setup. So, and from here, I'm just gonna add different batteries. Gonna go to 24 volt. Gonna add a different inverter, stuff like that. Need more panels. Need more batteries. I have the 280 amp hour minis from Watt Cycle. I would love if somebody could send me one of these batteries, man. I want to get, at least, it would be nice to get two more of these, but I really want, I'll take one more. It'll be nice to get one more of these. I want two more, but it'll be nice to get one more. I just need that extra storage. I need a few more solar panels. That'll be lovely. Yeah, the Watt Cycle. So if anybody know of these 280 amp minis, let me know or send me one or something, please. I need that extra storage. But yeah, guys, this is my setup. I have the bus bar. These are 400 amp bus bars. You can see. Got my battery shunt. 250 amp breaker. Got my power inverter. Got some lights plugged in, TV plugged in, PC plugged in. These are 32 amp DC disconnects. Got two of those for each charge controller. 10 gauge cable coming in, 6 gauge going out. Same deal, 10 gauge going in, 6 gauge going out. To a 70 amp breaker on both. To the batteries. But that's it, guys. That's my setup, and we got these running to the solar panels. Two 450 watt Zopower solar panels. Now I had to go with portable. Had to go with portable for now, but these portables rock, so it's all good. But yeah. All right, y'all, what's going on, y'all? So we got our solar panels hooked up. Everything's hooked up and running. I got a load running, but had a load running, but I turned it off. I want to see what I'm bringing in now. So right now we're bringing in 500 right here. If you look right here, we're bringing in 575 watts. We have a little shading on the panels. The sun done shifted on me kind of. I got to learn the new pattern I see. It's all good. Bringing in 575. Got two 450 watt Zope W panels. 570. Yeah. So we're getting some shade right now. We'll catch some full sun at some point. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. What we bringing in? 562 plus 41 amps into the battery. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give me some tips and pointers. Let me know what you would do different. I am going to change some stuff eventually, but this is what it is for now. All right, y'all. Some told me to check the wattage again. Let me see. We're bringing in 673 watts right now of two 450 watt solar panels. So yeah, the sun ain't working perfectly with me, but I ain't mad. It's all good, man. We're bringing in 673. Got these two charge controllers working, HQST. Got these watt cycles working. We got two Zope W solar panels coming in, bringing the power in. Yeah, portables. So yeah, 670 watts, 50 amps. Yep.